The grand hall of the Galactic Conclave shimmered with towering crystals and golden arches, alive with the voices of 30 alien species. Some floated in gravity shells, others clanked in armored exosuits, their languages woven together by translation nodes. At the center, Captain Jack Harrison stood in his crisp Earth defense uniform, dwarfed by the spectacle. Only 5 years ago, humanity had stumbled into faster-than-light travel, infants in a galaxy of titans. Yet today, Jack carried the burden of speaking for all of Earth. At his side, Commander Lisa Daniels leaned closer. "Remember, we're here to make allies, not enemies." Jack gave a tight nod, though his heart pounded. He scanned the assembly. Reptilian monarchs with jeweled crowns, insectoid warlords with blade arms, and the towering Zillion. Crystalline beings whose very bodies glowed with inner light. They were the oldest, most advanced species present, rumored to bend quantum mechanics as effortlessly as others breathe. The chamber fell silent as High Arbiter Xylan of the Zillion rose. His voice reverberated like chimes through glass. Representatives of Earth stepped forward. Jack's boots echoed on the polished floor as he approached the dais. Murmurs rippled through the crowd, mocking, curious, doubtful. A whisper, children playing at Empire. Another, they will be crushed by the first storm. Jack heard them all, but he did not falter. He drew a steady breath and spoke, his voice carrying across the chamber. Earth comes not as conquerors, nor as supplicants. We come as equals, seeking friendship and offering strength in return. The words hung heavy. Some laughed, others sneered. But a few, the Vorans, scarred survivors of council cruelty, tilted their heads with interest. The seed of change had been planted. The whispers of doubt inside the conclave grew into open scorn. Many species jeered, calling humanity reckless children, unworthy of a seat at the galactic table. Yet among the noise, the Vorans, once enslaved by the council, listened with quiet intensity. Their leader, scarred and defiant, studied Jack Harrison with eyes that had seen centuries of chains. Something in his stance spoke not of weakness, but of fire. When the council's envoy, Counselor Xanth, mocked Earth with a cruel smile, he ordered a child, one of humanity's youngest envoys, brought before the assembly. The boy, terrified but unbroken, stared defiantly at the galaxy's most powerful rulers. Xanth sneered. "This is humanity, fragile, naive, doomed." Then, with chilling finality, he gestured to an executioner. A flash of light ended the boy's life before the crowd. The hall fell silent. Shock rippled across the chamber, but no one moved. The council wanted to remind all what defiance cost. Yet in that moment, something far greater was forged. Jack Harrison's fists trembled, his jaw tight with rage, but he did not lunge. He simply whispered, "You've made a mistake. Humanity never forgets." That single act of cruelty became the spark. Across the stars, whispers turned into anger. The Vorans rose first, vowing vengeance. Others, weary of council tyranny, began to question their allegiance. And deep beneath Earth's oceans and mountains, in secret hangars shielded from prying eyes, Sigma fleet stirred awake. Ships born of desperation and genius, cloaked in silence, armed with weapons centuries ahead. The council believed they had broken humanity. Instead, they had lit the fire of rebellion. The galaxy did not know it yet, but history had shifted. The storm was coming, and Earth would be its heart. The Allied fleet emerged from hyperspace, and the Council's fortress world filled the stars. Rings bristled with cannons, fleets stretched like walls of fire, and the Council's arrogance glowed in every tower and station. On the bridge of the Indomitable, Captain Harrison whispered, "This ends today." The order was given. Sigma fleets surged forward, cloaked ships striking like ghosts, their cannons tearing holes through enemy lines. Voran warships followed, unleashing salvos that split cruisers apart. The void lit with fire as fighters weaved among giants, missiles carving trails of flame. The Council answered with overwhelming numbers, but their formations crumbled under the Allies' precision and resolve. On his flagship, Councillor Zant screamed as his armada faltered. Impossible. They are primitives. Yet everywhere, ships broke, captains fled, discipline dissolved. The Council's empire of fear had never faced true defiance, and it was collapsing. At last, Harrison's face appeared on Xantha's comms, eyes burning with cold fire. "What do I want?" he said. "Justice, freedom, the end of your tyranny." Surrounded, his ship failing, Xantha's voice cracked. "I yield." The words echoed across the system. Weapons powered down. The Council's reign was over. But victory was not triumph. The stars now echoed with uncertainty. Worlds freed from chains wept in joy, but also in fear of the unknown. On Earth, people gathered in the streets, mourning the child whose death had sparked the storm. Humanity had risen, not as conquerors, but as equals. On the Indomitable, Harrison gazed into the endless dark. "We rebuild. We protect. We never forget." Behind him, Sigma fleet drifted silent, guardians of a new dawn. The Council's age was finished. The age of humanity had begun.